I don't know if Arsenal will ever win a league title. Every year, come April, we're always in this predicament. Arsenal's top of the league by a few points, City's always trailing, but for some reason, Arsenal decide to lose a bunch of games in April. Every season, it feels like we ask the same question about Arsenal. Can they make it to the finish line? Or are they always going to collapse in April? And it doesn't even feel unlucky anymore. Like it just feels like it's destiny. It's just a pattern that Arsenal Football Club has fallen into, and it's not one game. This has happened for the last 3 years, going on 4 years consistently. And I have three reasons as to why I think Arsenal Football Club will never win the Premier League title. First things first, I want to be as fair as possible. Arsenal are a really good football team, and I am an unbiased fan. You can see my Real Betis jersey here. I'm just an Anthony fan, but I'm not a Man United fan. I'm just an Anthony fan. All right. Um, I think Arsenal, they're a good football team. I mean, objectively, they're a good football team. They control the games. They dominate a lot of possession. Um, it's hard for me to get it off my tongue, but they play good football. Albeit haram, it's haram football. Like I want to show my kid an Arsenal game. Like Arsenal's like a rated R team. The way they have 8 defenders every lineup, but they win a lot of games. They dominate possession. They're a good football team at the end of the day. Reason number one as to why Arsenal will never win the Premier League. You can't fool me. I'm familiar with your game. Unlike Arsenal, I want to capitalize on this moment and ask you guys to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. It really helps the channel grow. One, this is just who they are at this point. It's been 4 years. They've been competing at the top of the league. No titles to show for it. No Premier League, no Champions League. They haven't done anything major in Europe. They made the quarters a few years ago against Madrid. Who cares, right? At the end of the day, it's about what you bring home. What silverware are you bringing home, They can't even qualify for things like the Club World Cup, And these are what the greatest clubs are supposed to be, And how can Arsenal be a great club if the Premier League continues to elude them time and time again? This is just who they are. They don't just lose once in the month of April and get back on track. They keep on losing. You would think as a Pep disciple, Arteta would know how to finish the season, but I have no clue what Pep taught this guy. Like, considering how close they were, I don't know what Arteta's been teaching Arsenal at all. Wait, this guy's pickpocketing. This guy's pickpocketing his own players. You would think like Pep taught Arteta something useful, bruh. Like, but the thing is, this isn't a one-to-one analogy, but if you're a San Francisco's 49ers fan of American football, you don't want Kyle Shanahan being fired. But in the back of your mind, like I bet you have the question, like, is he even capable of winning this, And that's the same question I have for Arteta. I don't know if he should be fired or not, or if he should be sacked, but like, they're getting far, but is he capable of winning it? That's a question that I don't know if we'll ever get the answer to, unfortunately. Reason number two, Arsenal Football Club always gets in over their head. Even though there was a wise philosopher who once said,
There's no failure in sports.
Giannis says that there's no failure in sports, but at the same time, if you keep repeating the same mistake, like dropping games in April or over-promising and under-delivering, at some point, you stop making progress. This is Arsenal when it's time to win a trophy. That's so true. Arsenal, to remedy your illness of bottling, just lower all of your expectations, okay? You don't have to promise that you're going to do this and do that going into the season. Just vibe. Last but not least, reason number three. And for me, this is the simplest reason. And this may be a little bit controversial, but in my eyes, Arsenal do not have a world-class, game-breaking, attacking player. Don't get me wrong, Saka is very good. Saka's great. He's always impactful. My thing is that when I look at Arsenal play any other good side, I would never look at Saka and say he's the best player on the pitch. For example, Arsenal will be playing Atletico Madrid in the semifinals for the Champions League. And congrats to Arsenal for making the semifinals, right? Maybe this take will age super poorly. However, when Arsenal goes up against Atletico Madrid, I have Julian Alvarez and Ademola Lookman as much more important players on the pitch than Bukayo Saka. And in my opinion, Arsenal, their most important players are always defenders. So Saka's a great constant. He's always consistent, you know. However, for me, he's not a world class game breaking option. Like when I was watching the Bayern versus Real Madrid game yesterday, the UCL game, when Michael Elise was playing, obviously Ferland Mendy was doing a great job for 89 minutes, let's say. But that 90th minute, that stoppage time minute, when Elise was driving in with the ball, I just knew he was going to score because he was just waiting like a firecracker, waiting to explode. And Saka's not a player like that. He's very good, very consistent, very technical. However, he's not the type to just go off script and break the game. Arsenal needs an attacking player like that before they ever win anything serious in my eyes. And for me, that's why until Arsenal fixes these three problems, they'll always have the same problem, which is ultimately being Bottle Job FC.